Welcome back to my lovely IHP community and the 5D collective. So, all of those who are loving to love and deepen that ventral vagal state with your emotional plane. And so, there's being able to sit in all of those basic human emotions without dampening the relationship to yourself. And so, you don't transmute pain when you're making that leap forward with the laundry word like that Zen master. No, you are able to be mindfully and spiritually aware that you experience a moment of life, important and or situation, so always important. Okay, so life is meaningful to you. And emotions are part of life, and they're not the same as the physical motion, even though they will go through that same part of the brain. So neuroscientists explain that our emotions go through the same pathway, something like that. And I've loved to see how the ones who are creating, like the Zen master, this laundry discourse on emotional and mental evaluation. So yeah, they just make it always they weigh it down. So they don't learn how to get out of the limbic system and the temporal junction. The suffering bit, there's a way the brain works when it's not in a flow state. So those individuals who aren't putting into practice mindfulness in the moment with neutrality and impartiality. So that's one of the main modules for the Inner Growth Mindset Program. It's going with the flow, your flow from your heart, while dealing with unknowns, uncertainties, and unexpecteds. And it's in the advanced level that you are beginning to put into practice the neutrality and duality so that you can explore all and continue to stay in your truth with a ventral vagal state, which is really fun. And that's when you're mindfully living. So you're going to hear a very invigorating and energized tone because the person is in their open heart, no shields, having fun with whatever life has dealt them, and it's not weighing them down. Now, even when you share with people out there this concept, they will not understand it unless they are healthy, self-worth, empowered, enlightening people themselves. So they will have chosen, I want mental, emotional, physical mastery of me, and I want to raise my emotional, mental, and physical intelligence. I am looking forward to more integration of the brain as I am embodying my restorative embodiment, self-aware, accountable, regulating, authentic self, because the balancing act is that I am mindfully aware with my mind of my thoughts and with my heart of my imagination, if you will, my subjective interpretation of what is happening. I'm a functional adult with an inner child adult, okay? So I'm going to be reconciling whatever this wailing tree with inner silence, but not the type of silence that is the laundry. No, I'm going to learn. So I have teachability. Why? Because I am doing what is mindfulness. My kind intention is in neutrality, exploring with curiosity sensations, images, affects, meanings, and behaviors, whatever it is, and whatever event has brought it about for me to explore, or relationship. Peter Levine, Bezel van der Kolk, I could name to you a bunch of different people that I've learned a lot of words from, and content, and all about trauma and attachment. So here's why repairing the body, mind, spirit. Me talks. We don't do talks. It's me and my body, mind, and heart. We don't have to use spirit because we have secular people. So for a person who is aligned, it's I'm processing above the fray, which is why it's amazing, an opportunity for inner growth. My inner growth mindset journey, my inner growth mind sight. I'm applying that which I share with you all, one-to-one mentorship and our masterclass, and what we will have when membership content is out. So resourcefulness is not going to be prickly. You're not going to be like dragging your feet and, oh, look, I made it out alive. I forgave so many people. And no. That sounds more like Elsa, and those are all the facades that you do see out there, and they're using beneath the neutrality belt of the vibration frequency like the Zen master. They're the teenager version. So the fight response is the last charge state that all people will have until they decide to move out of it completely. So you choose to uncharge those charges, and that's just the basic. And I'm a healthy self-worth person, so I definitely knew how to consistently work with I didn't need direction. I knew I was not lost. That's because a relationship in life doesn't present to me obstacles, because you choose the intentionality of your thoughts and resonate with them. So what resonates from within a person who has the connectivity, in my case, I am spiritual, as you know, 5D mystic, so I will say that I feel lucky, but also I have a whole 1-year-old, whole 3-year-old. I didn't lose myself, and I did not change Maria because of a boy or a young man or a man as I got older. Okay, so again, when we have firm boundaries with unhealthy people, they will self-select out, which is why we don't look to the past and say, I did something wrong. Oh no, oh no, oh no, 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 we don't do anything wrong. There's limitless possibility, and we know from our body that the truth is that ancestral wisdom is you choose what you want in life. I choose what I want in life, and then we choose if we're bringing to each other something that we enjoy. And that's why once you have concluded the exploration from that inner growth mindset, and mindfulness approach, you know that the universe doesn't ever leave anyone. God, universe, anyone who has the belief systems, you can bring it in. Or I'm going to say it's not belief systems as much as it is a relationship, direct relationship with all of that, which is essence of love and life. But if you're secular, you're going to have the possibility to say, I'm using my secondary human consciousness to understand that I give meaning, because there's meaning and no meaning at all. There's dark matter and dark energy. So the reality is I'm still motivated to get out of, again, spiritual narcolepsy would be those people who don't use their prefrontal cortex and who are consistently using a word like laundry. And you protecting the future is because you're staying also, by the way, in that lovely adolescent essence of you. So creative expression, novelty. These are Dr. Daniel Siegel's acronyms. The essential spark, I'm staying passionate. Even though I know there's no meaning, I'm still saying, you know what, I still woke up though. So I know that I can think meaning, meaningless. I'm having a tummy ache, meaning, let me try and disengage from the tummy ache in a panic attack story. Hey, thanks, nutshell lady. Okay, let me get rid of you, panic attack story. Okay, yucky energy. Okay, well, maybe it's my hormones. Who knows? Okay, so let's go do something. What do I want to do to feel better? What's my possibility to reconcile these feelings and thoughts? Okay, and this is why we love the power of the 5D community, because those are people who are enjoying life the way I just described to you, and thinking and loving. And so they don't do 360s, they don't do half-ass anythings, and the selecting of those who leave us, it's okay. So what I'm saying is the unhealthy people, they self-select out because they don't know how to do this. No, they don't want to. They're like, that's not real. It's impossible. The ones who stick around, they get used to it. So anyways, the power of the 5D community is that we have healthy people, the ones who want to do emotions. They're not overwhelmed by them. They love to drift the plane of the infinite possibilities that is between the realms of the thought and the feeling and the body, and diving into the depths of yourself is the most fun, your divine matrix. And the divine matrix is really not something that needs to be talked about in a way of the 4D, which they create all these stories. So completing the door, for some of you, it's 5D time. Come on back over. And our adventure is that we love to love. So when unhealthy people self-select out, that's why we don't need to protect. Nobody needs protection. I'm a mystic. It makes me laugh every time somebody's like, you need to protect yourself from energy vampires. So you know you're insulting human beings, right? They need a good therapist. Why are you being mean? I thought you knew Christ consciousness. What's up? No, but you can't vibe in 5D. Yeah, you can. You just can't if you're a Zen master who has laundry, because that's called human suffering, not using a prefrontal cortex, and choosing actively not to do anything about it. So again, how many different ways can I share with you all that we can choose to be playful, loving, and joyous in our relationships and life, because the depth of the emotional plane is embodied here, and it is your heart, and it is your mind, and they work together when you choose mindfulness or spirituality. You don't have to. You don't have to choose to enrich and empower and to move into a state of equanimity, neutrality, and duality as life sends you unknowns, unexpecteds, unwanteds. You can choose the half-assed story that people do with, there are toxic people out there, I'm going to eliminate those people. You could choose curiosity instead, which is, I'm exploring something with my ego self, and I'm learning what? That I didn't know a lot of things before, but I do now, and I'm enjoying learning. And you continue to enjoy that learning. So you don't have disruption from your oversoul, your twin flames, soulmates, whatever it is. You're going to continue enjoying all of that which life sends you, but also those unhealthy people. They are facades of their self. So if they ever go and get their secure attachment online and stuff like that, their childhood wounds, and they learn to become mindfully aware, spiritually aware, you'll find them coming back around potentially. It all depends. I mean, the reality is if you are enjoying each other, you're going to consistently be around each other. So luckily for us, it's the year 2024. There's plenty of good therapists that are giving us information, the healthy self-worth people, of how to give support to the people who are healing. The people who are healing, they are wanting to enjoy life just as much as anybody else from the depth and not doing half of it. So when you see instead the ones who give themselves a label in the way of saying, these are my character traits, I'm never going to move out of them, those are people who are still being, again, weighed down. So some have the human suffering love narrative because it weighs them down. It's not a competition. Everyone knows what level of depth of emotions you want to experience. And I'm talking about all the emotions. They're just not laundry. And we don't judge them. That's the other part. Sadness, anger, they're not judged, but we don't experience their lower manifestation because we don't do visceral. We don't do the dysregulated, modulated embodiment self. We do the restorative embodiment, self-aware, accountable, regulating. And if we are in what is a nervous system that's getting agitated, we're self-attuning in the moment with awareness, self-regulating in the moment with awareness, and recalibrating to the circumstance if we need to get up and go. So like for me with sometimes panic attacks, whatever it is, if I notice that I'm not being able in those 15-20 minutes to get myself to a good spot, I'm going to get up and I'm going to go home. I'm obviously hoping that it's just a moment, and so I'm recalibrating with differentiation of the self, and then I'm looking to be able to settle in. But sometimes it doesn't happen, and that's also where you know, did I sleep well? Did I do? So you'll know your own self when you are a person who has healthy self-worth, because you will have your I love me, and 24 hours you'll be reasonable, the moderation, right? Okay, so there's nothing that you have to do. If you are an independent whole human being, you will have others who also are that. And so it's a flexible, adaptive, coherent, energized, stable, fun world. So we enjoy to share more love and to feel soothed, and therefore we support each other to do what is in our best emotional, mental, and physical interest. With fun, it is how we have our discourses, and we will allow ourselves to not take it personally when some people decide to self-select out. Actually, we don't really notice because we don't think of that as self-selecting out, because we build secure connections. So when you see bonds, the word bonds, it's because there's plenty of people that we will have bonded with, and those of us who love from the heart, not the eyes, but from the heart and soul, we don't have separation. So if we meet them 20 years down the line, hey, how are you? What's up? You know, but the people that are going to be more around each other are the ones who are choosing to vibe in that 5D frequency. So again, mindfully and spiritually, it's about being playful. We take trauma seriously, so it's healing it, not living it out like a little, you know, here's my list. And we continue to love and look forward to having more people join the restorative embodiment, self-aware, accountable, regulating life, so that they can tap into their infinite higher human conscious potential, which comes from integration of the brain and their ventral vagal state. And as long as we can, we will let them know if they're having a hard time with emotions. There's good therapists, EMDR, child parts work, and somatic sensory motor, so they can begin that first, and then, you know, once they're ready, they add mindfulness with the emotional awareness and capacity and desire to want to deepen it. Not do I'm toxic, they're toxic. No, do I'm curious about my emotions, my body, my mind, my heart. Let me keep on learning how to cross over that bridge again, and be able to sit in my body and my mind and my heart in harmony, in a secure attachment, vibration, and frequency, which is an unconditionally loving one. We will be back with more. Thank you for stopping by. Like, share, and subscribe. And if you know anybody who does enjoy daily mindfulness, mindset, and mindset practices, to hear fun stories, but also to eventually join our membership here at YouTube, and also for one-to-one mentorship or for our masterclass. So again, you know, somebody who's into living this way blissfully. And the plan is also, as our community builds, to have a spiritual retreat at some point in time. I'm thinking a couple years. So send them over to HP. And we also have a audio podcast on Spotify, Amazon Music, Spotify for podcasters. Although for now, we have one weekly episode of channeled guidance, and then the rest is a repurpose of all of our YouTube content. So if you're a regular viewer, you have one channeled guidance that came out on Friday, but as for the other material that's coming out, you will have already watched it if you watch all the videos. If you don't, then you can take a peek and tune into what draws your attention, what calls to you. So we'll be back with more. Have a good one.